Good evening, YouTube. This is your man, All the Rage George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. I know I come on a little late than usual. I usually try to come on as early as I can, for my followers, my fans, you know. But anyway, I was just working on some stuff for this week's Muscle Talk Monday. Don't mind me, I had a little snack because I had the doctor appointment and I couldn't eat too much, so it was like early this afternoon, but you know how it is. But anyway, see the description, that I would talk about my top 10 favorite female bodybuilders from Canada. Now, most people don't think much about Canada. Canada's like our neighbor from the north. It's once was a territory of the British of the French, but then now it's now mostly a part of the British Empire. Some parts of it where you go a little up or further out, like somewhere around Winnipeg and stuff like that. They have very much in French accents. Like GSP, he's from Canada, but we go a little lower down, a little bit more, English speaking, depending. Also, Canada was one of the few countries in which black people went to, after slavery, and surprisingly, they prospered pretty well in Canada. I mean, I remember some years ago when I was a kid, and the Rodney King riots happening in LA. And then other parts of America, there was having little riots, I think, in some big cities like New York and Chicago. And then I was one time, this news, there was a riot in Canada, I think in Toronto. I said, two black dudes rioting? I said, but there are quite a lot of black people in Canada, you know. I think black Canadians are different from black Americans. I think, there's still some praise and stuff that way, but if you ever heard the War 1812, where the British was they offered slaves opportunity to fight for them and freedom, and I think more than to about a few thousand slaves did join the British, and after the war ended, many of them fled to Canada. Now the national anthem that's played at the Super Bowl. It was part of it was the part where they talk about how the killing of slaves, and that part is a little part where when you don't hear, that's the part that's cut out. But anyway, these are good grapes. I admire the win from Canada. We got one like. Thank you. Come in if you want to say hello and stream wherever you want. Drop that one like. I appreciate that. But like I said, Canadian bodybuilders are kind of like, even though Canada is not American in a way, but it's not really European, even though it's a principality of the British. But Canadian bodybuilders have always been admired because they bring this level of muscle, just like to extent to women in Europe and some women in America. Like I said, these ladies, I have picked, give my top 5, and in my top 10, most women from Canada. So let's begin. Oh, Canada, my home sweet Canada, land that I love. I'm sorry, I cannot sing that well. Let me apologize because I was trying to find the words, and I did best I can. Mm, it's good. Mm, mm, mm. Give me a second. I'll be about finished with them. Get some good grapes. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, anyway, mm. So don't mind me. I just here we go. Alrighty, and let's get started. Now, this first video I want to show is one Miss Laura Craval. Now, many of you who know I'm a fan of Laura Craval. I love her. She just had one of those. She had a great physique, amazing body. She was dubbed one of the many women who were called bridesmaid but never a bride. You know, she came into bodybuilding in around the early '80s, and she strives through most of the '80s through the '90s, and she did have a return in 2000s, but that wasn't her best look. As she came back in the 2000s. Now, she's originally from British Guiana, which means she was, she's Guyanese. Now, she was born January the 25th of 1959, which now she is 61 years old, and this is like from early, during her career as a competitive bodybuilder. She had a great shape. I loved her body, her skin complexion. Like I said, she's in my list, excuse me, of top 10 black female bodybuilders. I'm going to do a list of the top. I'm going to do probably a top 50, greatest female bodybuilders of all time. But she's going to be on that list, and most definitely she's in the top 10. And you know, she just had a great physique, a great look. I mean, just I love to just her complexion was just beautiful. Even she had, even though she dyed her hair, she wore wigs, you know. But as you know, she started, she originally, like I said, she was from British Guiana. Then she moved to Toronto when she was 13. Now, Laura made her debut in professional and as an amateur bodybuilder at the '83 Novice Canadian. She took first place, and then she got her first. She made a pro debut at the '88 Canadian Championships, which took first place as a heavyweight. Now, her first Miss Olympia was back in '88, which took 11th, and then her last Olympia when she came out of she kind of came out of retirement because she competed one in the '99 Miss Olympia, and she decided to retire after that, kind of like go out of the way. Stands the lead, will take some step back for a minute and come back, and she competed as a lightweight, where she came in sixth place back in 2002. Sixth place. That was like and it was just her. Like I said, that wasn't her best condition. She looked a little bit undersized in my opinion that year. I think she didn't want to compete as a heavyweight, so that's why she could, dropped to maybe, a little muscles, try to compete as a lightweight. Now, one of her best showings is like in 90, 94, and 95. She's a three-time Miss International, and then '99 she competed at a show called the Pro Strength Extravaganza, which took first place because that was the same year. They had two shows that year at Miss Olympia. They had um the Miss Olympia and the Pro Extravaganza. There was two women's shows. It was like the only two women's shows they had. It was the first time that, if it was the last time, Miss Olympia was not attached to any male shows. But anyway, but like I said, she was married previously to her first husband, Chris. They eventually got divorced, and now she's living with her. She's with her second husband, and she's also in the church. She's a Christian, and he still looks lovely. I mean, for a woman in her 60s, I mean, it's just, I still remembering the old days. I'm nostalgic for back in the day where she used to be, how she used to be. But things change and things move on. Now, next up on the list is one Laura Beniti. Now, Laura was born March the 6th of 65 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And she started her career in bodybuilding in, I think, around 86 at the Steel City Classic and CNE, where she took first place as a lightweight. Now, she made her pro debut back in 1989 at the North American Championships, which took first place as a lightweight and then won the overall title. Now, her first Miss Olympia was in 93, which placed 17th. And then after that, she competed for a good while. I think I loved her physique. She was just so, just just brought a style of muscle that, just, it was just great. But her last show was back in the Jantana Pro Classic in 2000, where she took fourth place. Now, and her last Miss Olympia was that it was in '99, where she took eighth place. Now, her biggest show was '94, where she took the first place at the Grand Prix Canadian, then first place at the '96 Grand Prix Prague, and then she took first place at the '99 World Cup Championships. Now she's still in the world of fitness, like so many of these ladies. When they retire, they just, the way they don't really leave the sport. They kind of transition. She's mostly now a trainer. I said, can I get a video about Laura Quaval? And she's a trainer. She helps people exercise. She lives right now here in the States in Oklahoma, no, Omaha, Nebraska. And that's where she lives now, where she helps and trains people. I mean, she's still in good shape. One point, she wanted to come back and compete again around about the mid 2000s, but injury set her back. So she just said, just go ahead and just do this as a trainer, help out people. You know, so I respect her that. And it's good that she's still in the sport in a way. Yeah, this lady's a favorite of mine. Oh my God, I just. Guys don't think female bodybuilders can't be sexy, but she is. I consider one of the sexy women in the sport. I mean, she is beautiful, and I'm just a fan of hers. I mean, you know, and yeah, and you know, she is a legend. This is one Miss Wendy McMasters. I mean, and she's been around for quite some time. She never turned pro. Now I think she did compete a show where she could have got a pro card, but she decided not to go for a pro card. And you know, and she just had that look that just, she's sex appeal for a female bodybuilder. It's just, yeah, my man Marcus Bell's on the stream. Yeah, welcome Marcus. I appreciate you coming by. Maybe XA come by too. We can probably talk some MMA, might talk some wrestling if we get a chance. I hope Coach don't come on tonight, because I hate to drop the stream early, because but no problem if he does. Anyway, now before she got into bodybuilding, I did a video where I talked about her, that she was originally at one point in her career, a stripper. You wouldn't believe it. That's her. That's her before she became professional bodybuilder. She was a stripper. Now she got into sport when she met a guy and they got involved. And he kind of you know just persuade her. They weren't a couple. She had a relationship, but he eventually died. But she went on, kept on going in bodybuilding. Now, like I said, she was never a pro, but she did make her amateur debut at the 2007 Migasagi show, where she placed. It was a level one, where she took first place in the open women amateurs. Now she did compete at a show where she could have got a pro card. I think it was a CPF Canadian Nationals, but she turned it down. Now you know, she like I said, it was that was the last show, the Canadian Championships. It was back in I think 2014, and it was the she won the Masters overall, but she decided to not get a pro card. And that quite happened quite often with some female bodybuilders, even though some have won their pro cards and then decided that it's not worth it. But like I said, she was just so sultry. She had that look, these big, huge muscles. And the one thing was that also you seen that she was a stripper. I said before she was a stripper, she had breast implants. And generally, most female bodybuilders, when it comes to sport, they get implants. They get implants afterwards, you know. But she got hers while she was, still stripping, you know. And you know, it says she's been, but right now she's you know, out of the sport, but she's still in a way in it. She still comes to some of the shows. She still, works out. You know, she still keeps herself in good shape. I mean, like I said, she was born she was originally born um December the 31st of '69 in in a little town near Niagara Falls, Ontario, on the other side of the border. You have Niagara Falls, New York, you have Niagara Falls, Canada. So and that's where she was born. That's where she grew up. But like I said, I was a big fan of hers. She put out she may have did as many contests, but she did a lot of content. She put a lot of and videos and pictures. I mean, and one thing was she had some stage performance she bought from her days as a stripper. Like there's a video from a show from one of the concerts where she's in doing the for her final routine. And she did like a little pec trick. Where if we have breast implants, depending where you put them on, you put them on top of the pectoral muscles, you can make your breast implants bounce. You know, and she'll do that trick wherever it's like she was like kind of like a marionette, a puppet master. She took her hands, just kind of move her fingers around. That was kind of sensual. Like I said, she has a great body. I just wish she just had stayed in a little longer and got a pro. She got a pro card. But that is what it is. Now this chocolate delight here is Diana Cadeau, and Diana. I like Diana. She had just lovely eyes, just beautiful skin, just oh, you know. Now Diana was born originally in Haiti on the June 2nd of 1966. Now she moved to Quebec City, Quebec, when she was 6 years old with her mother, and from there she made her bodybuilding debut back in '92 at the Quebec Metropolitan, which took first place overall. Then she became a pro in '97 at the Jantana Classic. Now, Jantana, I said before, was one of the best standalone shows for female bodybuilding. It was not attached to any men's shows. It was just strictly for the ladies. You know, it was like the pros and also there was amateurs at one point, and it was a great show. I mean, and he always had his shouts. Usually, they had it in had shows either in Virginia or Standing North Carolina, like in Charlotte. I wouldn't mind had gone, and if at the time in 2002, when I was still working, and hey, I couldn't afford to travel. But I'm a big fan of Diana. She had a great physique, great body, very impressive. You know, um, she's all at one point she was in a relationship with a male bodybuilder named Kai Green. Now, Kai Green's very popular. He's probably one of the upcoming next Mr. Olympias. He's often performers. They were in a relationship for a good while, on and off. But I think after they broke up, she went on. But you wouldn't recognize Diana now. Yes, that has really changed. She changed physique. I mean, I know a lot of women who don't compete in bodybuilding anymore. You know, they change, they alter a little bit. They don't keep the muscles because, like I said, you don't train as hard or diet or everything else. You don't keep that lifestyle as much. You're gonna have a different look. But she looks kind of a little bit. If you like I said, if you can look, like I said, if I see her face, I would recognize. I think it was somebody else. So, but like I said, Diane had a pretty good career. You know, she like I said, her first Miss Olympia was as 98, where she placed 14th. Then her last Miss Olympia was in 2011, which took 16th place. And she competed in her very last show was in 2012, where she took 15th at Tampa Bay, but this time she was competing as a physique. She decided to drop down the muscle in 2012 and compete as a physique, and she took 12th place. Sometimes, that's not a good transition. If you are a bodybuilder, sometimes I think still that was in the early years of physique, and her being a former bodybuilder, I think they probably didn't see that her physique wasn't that great. Now, in 2001, she took first place as a lightweight at the Miss International. Then in 2003, she took first place as a middleweight at the Jantana. And 2004, she took first place as a lightweight at the Miss International and also the Miss Olympia. Some say that she could have won Miss Olympia that year, because that was Iowa she was up against. There's a picture of her Iris on the stage together, doing a conference, and it's just amazing muscle. But Iris was just the person to beat at that time. Because I think 2002 was returning Linda Murray, 2003 Linda won her eighth Miss Olympia, and then that was the time for Iris to get a shot at Miss Olympia. She won it that year, but then she lost in the 05 to Alexander O'Key. You know, but let's see who's up next is another classic. Kathy Lanfrancois. Yes. Now, I think Kathy was considered one of the most, of course, might be one, because one of the most pretty women in the sport. Very attractive, big blue eyes. She had that tattoo right there on her arm. She was up and coming. She was young. She had a lot of promise. But Kathy was born February 12th of 71 in Quebec. Now, I don't know how to say the name of the city she was born in, but she was born. The state was in Canada was Quebec. It's Amaquin. I don't want to chop it up. I don't want to be a bad American and not say something wrong. But her bodybuilding debut was in '99 and '90 at the Quebec Metropolitan um, Pro Am and bodybuilding. Which took second place, and her debut as a pro was the '95 Jantana Classic, which took 12th. She made her first shot at the Miss Olympia in 2000. That was a year when they decided to put in a weight class. She competed as a lightweight, which took fourth place. And the person who took that won the lightweight division at that time was Andrula Burchett. And Andrula, I felt like she should have won that show. That's the year they made two Miss Olympias. Now, she was married to Lee Priest, and Lee Priest was one of the top bodybuilders of his time. They were a couple that were married for about 5 years. They eventually got divorced and gone their own separate ways. And I think they made a cute little couple. These sometimes these bodybuilding couples don't last as long as like regular couples, especially the competitive nature of the sport. But some of them be pretty good. Now, her last Olympia was back in 2013, which takes place. But her last show was in 2016 in Toronto at the Toronto Pro Super Show, which took third place. Now, let's say it again. Her best showing was in '03, where she took first as the Miss International as a lightweight. Then she won the New York Pro back to back, you know, in '08, '09, and then in her very last show and also I think she won the in 10 too. I think 2010, yeah, also. I want to look my paperwork to be right. Yeah. 2010, I think she was just the queen of New York Pro. But in 2011, her very last show was the Pro Bodybuilding Weekly Championship. And after that, she retired. But then this is the thing right here. In 2005 to 2006, she was, and wait a minute, people, you see it. She was a figure competitor, and she didn't do too good. Two shows she didn't place, and one show she took 12th place, and that was like around 2005, 2006. But then she started to leave figure and come back to bodybuilding, and then she kept it up for the next 5 years before she retired. Now, um, about what she's doing now, mm, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, thanks, Aaron. Welcome, my man, Aaron. Yeah, 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 yeah. Old champions. Well, not to me as champions as many as you think, but just classically from Canada. Not all of them. Practically, yes, some champions in some different divisions. You know, but like I said, yeah, Aaron, yeah. But anyway, so right now I know she recently got married about a few years ago. She got married again. Her husband's not in the sport. He's not in the world of bodybuilding. Yeah, I think he's a regular Joe. Take some while. Yeah. I'd love to I'd love to get a new computer, something a little faster. It takes forever to download some stuff. Anyway, well, like I said, yeah, yeah. But like I said, Kathy just had that look. She had those big blue eyes, blonde hair. I mean, I got a problem here, folks. I'm trying to take care of it. Give me a second. Yeah, it's just one of those things happen, people. When you're dealing with computers, especially they're getting older. I need to increase my RAM or something. Like I said, I should get it together in a bit. It won't take me too long. Mm. So, Aaron, are you one of my subscribers? Yeah, subscribe to my page. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get back to I got everything back in. Okay. Like I said, this is uh Kathy with her husband. You know, he looks like a Poindexter. Yeah, but you know, generally, you surprise me when they they if they have a first marriage or a second marriage. Maybe I I can only dream about that, Marcus. I can only dream. But it's depending on how So there's some strong women. There's strong women, but there's a difference between. I want to do with the difference between there's women who build muscle and women who are strong, and you have the women like bodybuilders. They even though they have their strength, they're not as strong compared to women who are power lifters because they build for strength compared to where few bodybuilders build for presentation. And like I said before, they're weak when they're competing compared to like a power lifter. But like I said, she looks she's happy. I mean, they've been married for I think about 2 or 3 years or so. He looks like somebody's principal. And even now, Kathy still look at the arms. I mean, you can see that vein right there in her coming down her bicep. Kathy, because she can jump on stage she wants. I mean, like I said, Kathy's only just she's just 49. So that means and there's quite a few women who are um competitive bodybuilders who are in their 50s and some even in their 60s. And if she wants, she can come out of retirement and just do a couple of shows. You know, she can compete in physique. Because she missed it. She overshot it when she tried to do a figure. I mean, yeah, she overshot on that one. Next up is a lady I like to present. Yeah, this is a lady I'm a big fan of. I follow her on Facebook and social media. This is Tina Hugh. Now, Tina, I got as much information as I can on her. I follow her on social media. Sometimes we talk back and forth. I told her that I was doing this video and she's gonna be part of it this weekend. I was talking to her on Sunday. Tina is originally from uh, Kingston, Jamaica, but she lives in Toronto, Ontario. You know, and she made her bodybuilding debut as amateur at the 2010 CPPF Canadian Masters Nationals, which took second place as the heavyweight masters. Now the CPPF is the Canadian Bodybuilder Federation, and it's like something like the NABBA or NPC. It's the Canadian version of those of the for amateur bodybuilders. And like I said, she's been doing it for quite some time now. I'm a fan of hers. I love her physique. She has a great, like that picture I saw. Oof, when I found that one, I said I had to have it. I had to, it's just, she has a great physique, and you know, I respect her. What she does. Now she is, and a lot of people don't know it that, you know, yeah, ability for the physique only. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much about it, Marcus. Yeah. But anyway, Tina is right now. She is an active bodybuilder. Unlike the other ladies who pretty much most of them are retired. Uh, Tina is active. You know, she's right now because of with COVID going around. Canada has shut down a lot of its sports activities. Now she was married and she's divorced. She's a loving mother with a son. And she loves her son. Her son is her. He's a man. That's the man of her eye. Her and her husband are not on good terms, but you know, when she told me that her son is always closer because I feel like he hates how his father treats his mother. But like I said, she's hoping that once things settle down with the COVID ends, that we might see her come back. Now, like I said, she has turned pro. Her pro debut was back in 2014. Was it 2014? Yeah, back in 2014 at Toronto Pro Super Show, and she placed 11th in the show. Now, her last show was in 2019. Um, you know, Reach of Strength. Uh, you know, no, that's not the. Her last show was the 2019 Toronto Pro where she took fifth place. You know, but her best showing was at the 2018 Toronto Pro Super Show, which she took third, which gave her a shot. Which she gave a shot to the 2018 Rising Phoenix Women's Bodybuilding World Championship. I mean, like I said, the Toronto Pro is one of the big shows. You got Toronto Pro, you got the Tampa Bay, you have Chicago, and you have the Rising Phoenix. But now this year, with the turn of female bodybuilding to the Olympia weekend, then you have that show. And usually, if you win these other shows, you get enough points, you can go shoot for the Olympia, or you can, like I said, this year the Rise of Phoenix is an invite, so you get an invite to that show. Now next, this is Desiree Ellis, and oh wait, I just Desiree is. Ooh, I don't know. I picked this one because I loved how the red gloves popped off her skin. It's just there's like I said, Dana Cadeau, who I showed a while ago, she did a photo shoot where she's like, kickboxing and punching a heavy bag topless. You know, I can't show it on here because it wouldn't be good. You know. Oh, thank you. So yeah, thank you for coming on, Aaron. Yeah. Don't apologize. No apologies necessary. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry, folks. It's just like I said, I got a computer that I need to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just like I said, my computer. I need to do some work. I need to increase my RAM. I mean, yeah, I need to. It goes in and out, in and out. Give me a moment. I'll get everything straightened out. Now there we go. Back to Desiree. Like I said, she has an amazing body, great physique. Like I said, like I said, I love Black and freebies. You know, just the beauty of women of color, and that some of that red, it just makes the skin pop. It's just the red gloves, the red top, the red bottom. Then you have the red punching bag. I mean, it's just she has a great physique. But like I said, she was let me tell you about Desiree. Desiree was born originally in London, England. Chip, cheerio. She was originally from London, England, and her family moved to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I don't have her age. I think I know she gotta be at least in her 50s now. So I think she was born in the 60s, mid to late 60s, maybe early. Um, you know, she made her debut as a bodybuilder at the Western Canadian Championships, which took first place as a middleweight. And that was her amateur debut. She made her debut as a pro at the Jan Tanner, I think it was, I forgot to put a date on. Jan Tanner Pro Classic, but I forgot to put the date. I think it had to be the 90s. because like, she's been a while some time, and I forgot to put the date for the Western. I hate to forget. Like I said, I've been doing so much, I forgot to put the date. My fault. I apologize. You know, but anyway, she did quite a few. She competed quite a few shows. Her first Miss Olympia was back in 2004, where she took fifth place as a lightweight. That was the same, I think, the same Olympia where Cathy LaFrancois completed. And no, no, not the same. But they both, I want sure. I think who could lead that year? Fourth year, I can't remember. But like I said, her last Miss Olympia was in 2005, where she took 15th, and that was the year when they dropped the weight classes. After 2004, they dropped the weight classes. Now her best showing was at the Western USA Pro Cup, where she took in 2004 and 2000 and 2002 2004, where she took second place as a middleweight, and then she competed in 2003 NOC, where she took second place as a middleweight. You know, but right now she's retired. She's been retired out of the game. She mostly works as a makeup artist. You know, uh, she mostly works as a makeup artist. She's still like still attractive woman. She's probably, if she's not married, I don't know. A lot of these ladies, they do get married. Some just live a single life. But like I say, she's still an attractive woman. And you wouldn't think if you saw her in person, you wouldn't think she was a bodybuilder. Because like I said, she's not following the diet like she used to. She probably still works out, maybe just like maybe do a brisk walk, a little cardio, but she's not lifting weights as much. She's trying to maintain a good, healthy lifestyle. But like I said, she does makeup artist. She probably even works some shows, as a makeup artist. But like I said, it's just I loved her. She was great. She did a lot of more risque videos, some new layout stuff. I mean, just all you gotta do is just search Desiree Ellis, and you will find a lot of stuff. It don't take much. Google, you just have everything. Like I said, let's see who's next. Now, this is the lady I follow on Facebook. It's just Sharon Mold. Now, Sharon's been in the game for a good while. I follow on Facebook. I used to do video chats with her, but Sharon is originally from Mansfield, Nottingham, England. Now she is, like I said, you got to remember, um, in Canada is originally was owned by the French, but it's sold to the English. And some parts of Canada, like I said before, it's if you go like some parts of Canada is still speaks French. And you go down lower to like closer to the border between Canada and America, they speak more English. But she was originally born in London, Nottingham, and Mayfield, Nottinghamshire. I say Nottingham, but Nottinghamshire. Excuse me. But she moved to Petersburg, Ontario. Now she's born September the 3rd of '64. Now she's had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I did a birthday video for her. Said wish her happy birthday. Now she made an amateur debut at the Natural Universe IMBA Masters 35 plus, which took second. And there's a lot of different little organizations, but then everybody knows a big organization for competitive bodybuilding, especially for women, is a BBF for female bodybuilders in Canada, and then the NPC for bodybuilders here in America. But she competed at the CBBF. Now she made her pro debut at the 2013 Chicago Pro, which took 15th. Now, she didn't have a lot of big showings. I think her biggest was maybe about seventh place at I think the Omaha Pro, and then her last show was at the 2016, Lindemer in Europe Pro, which took eighth place. Now she is a registered masseuse or massage therapist. She had her own company until she had to close down because she got sick. you know, Sharon got really sick. One point, she went to the hospital because she couldn't breathe. She was on like a ventilator for about 2 or 3 weeks, but she popped back. She survived pretty good. She recently just went to Thailand last year before this whole COVID thing hit, and she loves pets. She loves animals. She has 2 dogs. I know she had a situation. One of her dogs got sick. I was talking last night. The dog was doing. She's doing fine. They're bulldogs. They're English bulldogs. She loves them. They're her boys. But she went to Thailand to help with some animal activists. And I'm like I said, I used to do video chat with Sharon. She's just a nice, genuine person. She oozes sex appeal. I like her. She's really cool. And too bad she doesn't do video chats anymore like she used to. But her health is her thing. She needs to get herself better. But she's doing a little good now. I mean, she's like I said, almost in her 50s. Because she's 56 right now. She's turned 56 about 2 weeks ago. You know, I think she should try to keep herself in good shape. I know she said she misses her muscles. She misses the work she put in it. She misses working out. She misses being on stage. She didn't miss all the other stuff that come with being a bodybuilder, but she does miss being on stage and performing and showing off. Like I said, you can say she still looks healthy. Her illnesses hadn't set her back too far. But like I said, I like Sharon. Sometimes I might send her a hi every now and then on Facebook. 'Cause we're Facebook buddies. hmm One more bodybuilding I have. This is Helen Bouchard. Now, Miss Bouchard is from Quebec, Ontario, Canada. She was born July the 24th of 64. Now, Miss Bouchard originally, before she got into bodybuilding, she was with the Canadian Military Forces, and she was a nurse. And then I think after she left 16 years of being in the military, she got into bodybuilding. Now, she made her bodybuilding debut as an amateur at the 98 Grand Prix de la Croix, which took second place as a heavyweight. And then she made her pro debut at the 2004 Night of Champions, where she took, I think she took 11th place as a heavyweight. Now, like I said, it was a Night of Champions with it used to be a Night of Champions just for the men, but then they decided to create a division for the women. And I think they still got a Night of Champions, but they don't have women's bodybuilding attached to it. Now, she made her debut. She made her debut at the Miss Olympia in 2006, where she got 8th place. And her last Miss Olympia was 2010, when she got 9th. And I remember that she does a little thing called Captain Jack, where she wore the fatigues. I mean, oof, I like the fatigues. I don't know what it is. I remember there was a video of her backstage at a show, and they were prepping her in the whoever it was like slapping a little oil tan on her back, and her back she has a wide back. I mean, you can find that video. Her back was just like it was like you know you know you I don't know, you could paint a she's just had a big back. I mean, you can hear how the woman slapping a little bit of tan solution and a little bit of oil on her. But like I said, but there was a few years ago that she did get into some kind of scandal involving steroids, and it happens quite often in the sport. Yes, there's been some that women have been caught and arrested for use of steroids, especially it's the nature of the sport. But anyway, she now is mostly she works as a trainer. She still comes to the shows. She has her own company in Edmonton where she helps and train other bodybuilders and other competitors. It's just she's like I said, a lot of these ladies, some of them stay steady in sport in a way, in one shape or another. Trainers, nutritionists, uh, like I said, with Desiree, she's a makeup artist. Like I said, she still looks in great shape for a woman in her I would say her mid 50s. Last but not least, this lady right here. This is Robin Triple D or Triple D Hillis. And Robin is from Cambridge, Ontario. Now, Robin was born June the 28th of 71. And she is an active bodybuilder. But right now, like I said, going with COVID going on, a lot of Canadians that live in a lot of Canadian bodybuilders can't come to the United States, is not going to compete. There's no shows going on there because, unlike America, Canada's kind of like Europe. They just shutting everything down. They're not doing anything. Not doing a lot of traveling. Not doing a lot of shows. They preserve. I respect Canada. One thing I respect about Canada was Canada offered their people who were off work, unemployed, they're getting checks and stuff every month. You know, not every once in a while, like we get that you get that first $1,200, whatever you get if you have independence. But they were getting money every other month, meaning they would get just because they have loss of income, they were still getting paid because Canada take care of people, and because Canada's one of those countries where which they have free health care, but you got to pay taxes. That's all it is, paying taxes. You know, but the government don't want you to use your tax money for yourself. And I hate to get political. Anyway, she made her bodybuilding debut as amateur in '93 at the McKinsey Challenge Level 1 and took second place. She took some time off because, like I said, she was married, she had kids, she had two daughters. And she also works as a correction officer. She has a background as a therapist. She's kind of a Jane of all trade. Now, after her kids got to the age where she started back training full time and she came back. She made her pro debut at the 2014 North American Championships, which took fifth place. Now, like I said, her last show was the Rising Phoenix in 2019, and she didn't place. So what happened is like when it's like the numbers go from I think up to 15, and after that 16th, and the next four women after that are tied for 16th. So it's not placed. So and that's was like I said, the Rise Phoenix 2019. Now her best showing was back in 2018, where she got second place at the Romanian Pro, the Romanian Muscle Fest, which got an opportunity to come to the Rising Phoenix. Also, in 2016 and 2017, she took fourth place at both the Toronto Pro Super Show. And like I said, she is a mother. She has two daughters. You know, she also has three grandkids. And we think this woman like this is somebody's grandma? This is somebody's mother? But yes, she was married. She when her early she started bodybuilding in the '90s. So like I said, between after she had her kids and they settled, and her and her husband went their separate ways, she started focusing back into bodybuilding. She has a passion for it, you know, and I respect her. She has a great body. Just I forget I should have put on my list of most buff women. She is huge. She stands 5'9". This is a big chick, you know. And like I said, she's a loving mother. She loves her kids. She loves to compete. You know, she just has a great shape. Very huge, broad shoulders. Like I said, she's a loving mother. Her and her daughters are close because, like I said, she's divorced and she takes care of them. But like I said, she just I have a lot of respect for Robin D. Hillis. You know, Yeah, it just she's a great bodybuilder. I follow her on IG, and I think she gets a lot of flack for being her size. Like I said, she's 5'9". That's pretty tall for a woman, you know. But there's women who are much taller than her, but she's just huge, straight muscle. Um, it's just she's one of the biggest women right now in bodybuilding. Next to I think I should have put on my. I don't know why I didn't put on my list for buff babes. I should have, especially honorable mention. I just forgot about her. I'm sorry, Robin. I didn't mean to forget about you. But like I said, this is just like I said. I'm just a big fan of female bodybuilders from Canada, and also I have a site that I have my own. It's on Facebook, and it's a site dedicated to female bodybuilders in Canada. Now, I created it a long time ago, and I have quite a few follows now. It has grown in the last few years. Many of the ladies who are professional bodybuilders follow it. I post a lot of you know, pictures. Some, I think I got some videos, but it's I call it, it's my love for female bodybuilding from Canada. For no, the name of it is really. If I mean, I'm trying to work on it, trying to get it up. Like I said, I have a slow computer. And I said one day if I get some money and maybe things get better, I want to have a faster computer. But it's basically I just call the page "Few Bodybuilders of Canada," and it's just a lot of pics of women from Canada. You know, it's mostly dedicated. It's in. I put it in the description. I post quite a few pictures. There's some women that I forgot to put on my list, but you know, many of them, the ones I did put on, the ones I'm a fan of. And see, yeah, 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 yeah. I know. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, the scandal was bad for Yeah, yeah, it was bad. But remember there was a bodybuilder by the name of I forgot her name. She was a firefighter out of Arizona, and she got busted on a steroid scandal. Like I said, this is my site where it's like different pictures of women from the world of bodybuilding. Um, there's some women here that I forgot to mention because I put in the ones that I really like. Some I should have put in, but it was just like there was some that just I just didn't know who to pick. And there's some great ones like right here you have uh Wendy McMasters. This is here right here. Sharon Mold with her boyfriend. She has a boyfriend, you guys. Yes, she's not. A lot of people like to say makes assumptions that female bodybuilders are come say come sa, but many of them are straight women who have boyfriends, husbands, kids, and yeah, you do have the ones that do have girlfriends and wives, but generally most female bodybuilders are straight. Now, right here is Wendy Masters with Melody Specco. Both these are bodybuilders of Canada. I already talked about Wendy. I follow Melody Specco on Facebook. She's a businesswoman, a bodybuilder. Right here is Janine Mikowski. She lives in Tampa. She lives in Tampa, but she is everybody from Canada. And you see here, got a couple more pictures. There's a picture here of a way too fast. Let me slow it down a little bit. There's a couple pictures of Janine Mikowski. Now, I love this picture. This is a picture of Tina. Tana. She, yeah, Canadian treasure. I was trying to, I might put that into the as an avatar for the stream. I was trying to look for this one, but I forgot where I had it on my page. Yeah, here we have here. Yeah, this is got to cover that one. 'Cause I might get a strike. And there goes right here. There goes like I said, that's why I just love um Wendy McMasters. She just has that look. It's just she's just sexy. Yeah, great condition. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, but let's see who's next up. I think I got some more. Yeah, this is Wendy is very just I don't know. She was just I think she's just sexy. I just I don't know the judges. I don't know what the judges didn't see. I mean, I think one thing I hurt her because she didn't do anything over the top when she did a lot of video stuff and a lot of her video, a lot of her photo sessions. They're pretty much I would say PG-13 level. She can go R or triple X, especially being that she's an ex stripper. You know, yeah, I got a lot of windy stuff. I just got a lot of windy stuff. She is. Ooh. Ah. Let me go back to the main and click some other ladies on here. Uh, Here we go. Ah, this is Wanda Kredsmir. This is one before early in her career. You know, we call her Baby Lee Kredsmir, but this is Wanda Lee Kredsmir. And I did a video. Wanda is not doing too well right now. She's going through, I think, a stage. She's in an early stage of cancer, and she has a check her on IG. Check her out on Facebook. Check her on also on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. She sometimes posts video logs about her journey through her cancer. And she's just had that great look, very pretty, very attractive. This is she's one of those. She was the first female bodybuilders to start doing hardcore porn. Back in the day when they there was only a handful that did hardcore porn. It was her, Rabbit Bova, and this other female bodybuilder. She was from France, you know, and she was on a couple of sites. She even had her own website. She was still doing up to a point. She came back and she started competing as I think, a figure the last couple of years. But now with her cancer diagnosed, she had to drop out. But she's doing all right. Yeah, that's the thing with yeah, that's the thing with like I said, that's the thing with female bodybuilders, Aaron. Yeah. She had her kids early. You know, she was competing as a bodybuilder at one point. She somehow, like I said, some way she might have had that first one when she had a menstrual stride cycle, and then the next one came along after that. I think her daughter's in their 20s now because she dropped out of bodybuilding around 83. That was 27 years ago. I think her oldest daughter's probably around 24, 25. And I think her younger daughter is 23 or 24. Yeah. But let's see. I'm still on my site. It's just this lady. I kind of like. She has a great look. This is Maria Mikola. Now, back in she is a bodybuilder from Canada also. Maria. She competed. I remember at a show she competed at the Chicago Pro. That was a year where Jay Foose took third place, and she took second. Now she ain't competing this year. She ain't competing last year either. But I think she might come back. Give her a chance. Great body, pretty impressive. She. I think she got to be in her 50s. She might decide to take some. Get away from the sport. She's been competitive since the 90s. Nice body. Eyes a bit sucking in. That's the one thing people say. Your eyes too deep sucking in. That's the thing. People are always prejudiced about female bodybuilders, but she has a great body, big smile. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Welcome, XA. Actually, when we get finished, we'll talk about a little MMA. We'll get finished with this. I'm just gonna probably flip a few more pictures, and we'll talk about some MMA later on. But anyway, also I think yeah, I got my Dakado. Forgot this chick's name. Mm, this is Mona Paracel. Porcel was a Porcel. She's a bodybuilder. She just got a pro card last year, and I think she's gonna compete at the Rising Phoenix. She's of Middle Eastern descent. Great body, great representation of a woman of the Middle East, and that's why also women of Middle Eastern descent. Well, because generally the Middle East does not feel that women should have muscle, work out, or do gyms. Some gyms where they have to dress fully. Even if they want to compete, they have to wear uh the thing under the head. Well, I forgot what they call it, and then they have to be fully clothed. I mean, even we're in the Middle East when they go out to sports, they have to be fully clothed because of the idea of they feel that women should not be exposed to their skin. But Mona has a great physique, great body. You know, she's attractive. I can't lie. I think it's one of my videos. Uh, right here, it's another bodybuilder from Canada. This is Mary Lynn McKenzie. Now, Mary Lynn, she right there in the back, you can see Win McMasters. You know, Mary Lynn had a great physique. Very muscular. She didn't get the fake boobs. I think she could have done good if she put on a little more size. But she had a great physique. I remember I was a video that goes, you know, Robin. Yeah, look at the yes, and I saw that video already. That picture. Mm. Now, just she do my favorite pose, the crab pose. I love the crab pose. It's just you pay attention to the traps, the pecs, the arms. For Smos, it's considered both the most muscular bodybuilding pose for a woman, and also it's also considered the most sexually arousing. You know, especially when she got she it just look the strain. Look how the muscles are shredded under the skin. You know. Yeah. Next up, now this is Dawn Allison. Now Dawn, she don't compete anymore. She mostly this is back in I think the early 2000s. She mostly trains other bodybuilders. She was training a one female bodybuilder who's from I think she's from mainland Hong Kong, and I forgot the chick's name. She was living as a man, but she competed as a female bodybuilder. Her last show she competed at the Muscle Fest Romania last year. And if I had a picture of that chick, she is. I think for a female bodybuilder, she's very pretty. For a dude, she's. But like I said, just when she was a blonde, but she's actually a natural brunette. You know, she's doing the crab pose too. And she has fake jokes. Leave humanity behind. Yeah, yeah. That's that picture from when Dan Cadeau was at the I think it was the 2004 2005 uh Olympia weekend, and she was on the stage with Iris Kyle. One thing I say about Diana Woody Herder, because she have her mixed section, it wasn't, her, something about her mixed section, it was just she wasn't as cut and as tapered in the midsection. You know, that was the thing that kind of hurt her a bit. But she had a great physique. Yeah. Now here you have Zoe Lindsay. Now Zoe is a Canadian bodybuilder also, but she lived in Japan for a long time. She competed as a professional bodybuilder, but she decided to drop out of bodybuilding. She went to physique. Then you have my favorite right here, Winnie Masters, and also Melody Specco. They're all pretty cool. Like I said, they all four from Canada, so they're all nice to each other. And Melody, she's very tatted. That's one thing I think that kind of hurt her. She had too many tattoos. I know, you Zoe had tattoos, but I think she kind of her height kind of just distracted everybody. She's tall. Uh, this is a bodybuilder I thought by the name of Amanda Schnook. Amanda started out as a figure contestant, then she switched to physique later in her career. I follow her on Facebook. I also follow IG. Yeah, and right here is Jillian Kovacs. Now, Jillian, she made her pro debut back in 2013. She did a couple of shows after that she dropped out. I used to talk to her on a video chat every now and then, but she don't do that anymore. I know she was a big baseball fan. She said she wanted to become a referee and referee baseball games. She really dropped out because of an injury. At one point, she said she wanted to come back, but I don't know. Like I said, a lot of these ladies would drop out and come back every now and then. Some drop out permanently, some drop out and just come back when they want to. This Sharon, Red, Robin, and this is Heather Emmanuel. And these are another set of women from the Great White Way of Canada. Yeah. Salute to Marcus Bell. Yeah. This is Janine with her two dogs, and she loved those dogs. They were her babies. And one point one was sick. She did a GoFundMe, but they both passed away last year. No, I think one passed away last year, and then one passed away the first of this year. And she loved those dogs. She loved them. She has a new dog now, a new white little puppy, but I think that was her babies. And we, like I said, I used to video talk with her and on video chat. Sometimes I talk with her on IG every now and then. She really loved them. They were her babies. I used to sometimes see them on the. She used to have a couch in her living room. We talked on video chat, and one of the dogs would lay on the couch like and sleep there and just snore. I said, "You furry babies are snoring, aren't they?" I said, "Yeah." She loved them. They were her babies, and that's the thing is, a dog is almost like your child. My sister used to own poodles, and she treated them like just about like it was her kids because she never had kids of her own. Let's see. There's quite a few ladies here. Now, this one here, I know she didn't make my list, but she's considered one of the most attractive women in bodybuilders. She's from Canada. This is Nicole Ball. Now, Nicole came in about in the early 2000s. You know, she had a look, petite, attractive. You think she'd win more shows, but she didn't. I think the judges would look for something else. She did drop out of bodybuilding and she switched to physique at one point during her career. I think she did physique or she did figure. She did one of the two. But she had that exotic look, dark hair, very attractive. Yeah. I think she competed in a couple Miss Olympias. Like I said, I like this site. If you want to join, if you follow me on Facebook, all you got to do is just pop in. Yeah, it's Dave Paloma with Zoe, and yes, I'm looking at her boobs. Yeah, yeah. This is a great site. Like I said, I created, and my membership has grown the last few years. You know, and a lot of female bodybuilders have joined because especially those out of Canada. Now, right here, this fire plug that is Colette Grimond. She was only 5 foot tall. I talk about Colette. She's on my list of most buff female bodybuilders. 5'1". She's straight muscle. She's just straight diesel. But like I said, shoulder injury forced her out of the competition. She had to retire. She did some video chat stuff like with HBC, Muscle Girls, Live. She just had a great body, amazing body. It was a shoulder injury that forced her to retire early. But she was just so huge, especially for somebody 5'1". Anyway, it's just a lot of, like I said, a lot of the same ladies here. The ones that I know are very popular. I got quite a few sharing. Like I said, I'm a big fan of sharing mode. Anyway, let's see. But like I said, come check out my site. If this is this picture of that's Tana. That's from her. I think her pro debut with the Canadian Masters. Like I said, I have quite a long list. Like I said, this is like I said, it's a private group, and I have over 2,000 members. And I think, like I said, when I finish this video, I'm going to post it on here, and many of my members who like to watch it and check it out, and maybe even like to, and maybe I get some more subscribers from here, and that's a great thing. So, what do you think about female bodybuilders which wants wings or strength to be less big and stream? Well, what wing strength is catering to you know what the Jake Woods want. Aaron. That's what his thing. Jake, Jake is into the big girls. Like one point, Amazonica. She supposed to be coming up. She might be doing the Olympia. Because she's over in Russia, and right now Russia, like we talk about with Khabib, he's over in Russia, and he don't want to do no fight until the COVID thing is settled down. And Putin's he don't want no one of his people going in and out of the country, especially with this pandemic going on. But you know, it's just the sport has changed. It wants to go back when like around about the 90s. It wanted to go back to what was like in the 80s, and now it wants to go. They want to go back to the 90s. It's just crazy, you know. But you gotta think about it. This is a sport like any sport, and it evolves and change. And if you don't evolve and change with the sport, then what's the point? But anyway, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I like chopping it up with you. I think my brothers, uh, they dipped out a bit. You know, because they always come like XA and Marcus come by and support me. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate you too, Aaron, for coming in because I know you're probably a hardcore bodybuilding schmo. You know, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm glad to help. Yeah, glad to help. Yeah, XA BJ's on. I just saw him. He just posted his notification. Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, it's like I said, the few bodybuilders from Canada, they bring a level of muscle that's compared to American bodybuilders and to European bodybuilders. It's like you bring in the size and the muscle, or they bring in like from Europeans, or they bring in cut and definition like the Americans. You kind of walk a fine line, and that's why I admire so many European bodybuilders. You know, oh, it's okay. I like something about me. I just might mm, uh, I might just but like I said, if Aaron wants to chop it up, me and Aaron can talk about bodybuilding, for a good bit, you know. But I think when Coach is supposed to have his thing, he said we'll try. He might have it tomorrow because he wants to do a whole panel. You know, I'm probably gonna be on that panel. Like I said, this video was just to highlight, female bodybuilders for Canada. I'm working on one to highlight female bodybuilders from Europe. There's one. Like I said, I had a busy day today. I had a doctor's appointment. I had this and that to do, and I just won. I was working on the weekend, one with the Canadians, and I said, well, I'll try to do the bodybuilders maybe during the week, and then when we have the muscle talk for next week, I'll talk about them. And there's some great female bodybuilders out of Europe, and just some of the ladies may not be the ones. If you follow bodybuilding, not maybe the ones that you like, but the ones I like, because this is my stream. So, you know, yeah. Well, probably gonna go off in a little bit because, like I said, I don't see on too long. You know how as you said before that you didn't like being on by yourself. But if you wanna, like I said, next time next time XA, you know, I'll send you a link, and we can chop it up on live. We can talk about wrestling. We can talk about WMA. You know, you know, and we just have for fun. All right. Like I said, I like to thank Marcus Bell. You know, yeah, I will. Okay, but I like to thank Marcus Bell. I like to thank Exeguche 23. I like to thank Aaron Garcia. Um, I got 4 people watching, and I appreciate that. 4 people you came in and watch. 6 likes. Hit that like button. You know, you know, tell the truth and shame the devil. And so this is your man. So like I said, yeah, I'll remember next time, say. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to everybody that came in and just show their support for me. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still developing. I'm still growing as a content maker. Some things I would like to do more if I could. You know, and you know, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Aaron. You know, Thank you. I might sound like I just, you know, I might not sound like I'm putting up a great thing but people that follow my content and know what I'm like and what I'm about, I appreciate them. I truly do. Eh, you know, yeah. You, if you got, yeah, I will. Yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you, I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. You and Marcus have come in and supported me, and the coach, he supports me. Everybody else supports me. I mean, I really like that. Now, before I leave, I'm going to show a few pics because I know, you know, I don't want to leave just yet. I know some some a little, I think I might be in the mood for a little Perry Sage. Yeah, because it's a little bit after you know midnight. So yeah, yeah. I'm about to go. So give me a minute. Let me go a little Perry Sage for a minute. Ooh, yeah. Now, people don't think women with muscle are sexy, but a woman can be sexy no matter what. She can be fat and sexy. She can be fit and sexy. You know, and I think she's fit and sexy. Now this is on a page which is called "Erotic Female Bodybuilding Athletes," and it's mostly content which features female bodybuilders, other athletes. It's that I'm a member of. There's a couple sites I'm also administrative and a monitor on. Ooh, it's not taking that much to hold up. Look at those thighs too. Mm. I'll do you a favor. I'll give you. I'll find a picture, a bitch for you. I think I might have some pictures of bitch somewhere. I know. Let me try to see if I posted some. Let me see. You know what? I just gotta do. Let me see. She might be on. Let me see. I think she's on. Mm, yeah, yeah. Sorry. I say lost the page. That's why I need to go off right now because like my computer's acting up. I gotta clean the cinch. I gotta, I would love to get a new computer. And like I said, something I can, a little more speed. I've been had this computer about 4 years. I put a lot of wear and tear on it. But like I said, yeah, call me Pervy. Oh, oh. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I know, because like I said, my computer's acting up. It's a pain in the ass. It's a good, had it for a good while. But like I said, I think I better just go ahead and just say good night. And I'm saying to you, all you out there who my followers, like you, thank you for your time. And maybe tomorrow we'll chop it up again. This is your man, all the way short page. Like, don't subscribe. I'm out. Yeah, yeah. Too much downloading. Yeah, too much downloading. Yeah. See you later, XA.